Welcome to part 2 of Turf TV's exclusive interview with Alan Ferguson, Head of Grounds and Estates here at St George's Park. We can just talk about the change from golf to football. Was that a little bit of a culture shock in terms of the style of the people you were working with above?
Yeah, it was. I was a bad golfer, still am a bad golfer, but I'm a massive football fan, I always have been. So to do this job, some days I can't even call it a job if I'm honest with you.
Right, okay.
You know, I get up in the morning, I'm usually at my desk by sort of 6:30, 7 o'clock here. I go home whenever. You know, with the championship just now, that's 10 o'clock. Typically in the week it's probably 8, 8:30. If there's a game on TV in the office, I'll watch it. If there's a game I can go to, I'll go and watch it. But I'll go and speak to the grounds teams at these grounds. Okay. I'm always keen to exchange ideas. Golf is different from football. The ball's a bit bigger, the grass is a bit longer, but I think the intensity and the expectation from footballers against golfers is pretty much the same. I had the privilege earlier this year to go to Augusta for the first time.
Right, okay.
Now, as a golf greenkeeper, everybody wants to go to Augusta. I was no different to that.
As a golf fan, everybody wants to go to
absolutely.
Augusta.
And you know, while I don't play golf, I love watching professional golf. I do watch a lot of professional golf, particularly over the summer. And I'd be a big Rory McIlroy fan or a Tiger Woods fan. These are the guys I love to watch. And you know, I got the opportunity through Bernhard's to go because we've been working with them on grinding and improving the cut quality in football, because that part of football pitch maintenance has lagged behind that of golf. Although I did it in golf 30 odd years ago, it's taken a long time. I hired them in Ipswich, but I've got my own grinders here, and there's a wee bit of revolution going on, and I'm delighted because it will increase the quality, improve the quality of football pitches. But through that I got the opportunity to go to Augusta, and it was magnificent, absolutely magnificent. You could not fail to go there and not be impressed by what they're doing. My guys probably loathe Bernhard's now for giving me the opportunity because I've come back with the term Augustified.
Right,
and we want to Augustify St George's Park. So yeah, we've got the pitches, we do a great job on the pitches, but I want to see the off-pitch areas striped up, presented, and kept in line with biodiversity plans and that, but on an Augustified type scale. And we're moving towards that, and that's really given me one hell of a buzz. The place is coming. You see these nice stripes coming up the driveway. We're going to be putting in tree lines down the driveway later this year, and by the end of 2015 they'll be in place. And I think as we go forward through the next couple of years, you'll see very much a golf feel coming into our maintenance operation. It's probably there now, but it will ramp up a wee bit. And then hopefully by the end of 2018 there is proposals to put a golf course on here at St George's Park. Planning permission was granted to Trust House 40, who owned the ground before us, and we're very keen to put a 9-hole course on here.
Wonderful.
But as a golf academy, but something that the guests can utilise as well as an amenity when they're on site, because we are a wee bit out in the middle of nowhere here, and we do need something else for them to do. So that will almost be like going full circle, and then to have where I started my career and where I went with my career on the one site, I think would just be absolutely amazing.
So you'll get the opportunity to build the course from scratch.
I'll get involved in it. I've been out of golf for a long time, and that's clearly specialised in the design and build as what a football pitch is. But you know, we've already had some fairly good people. Jeremy Slessor, the European golf architect, has been here. We have 3 layouts. Our project manager Pete West and the managing director Julie Harrington are leading that project just now. So I'm not massively involved in that at this stage, but I'm sure when it gets to the point where we're going to break ground and we're going to put a head greenkeeper in here, I'll get quite heavily involved in it, and it's something I'll love to do.
Maybe they'll let you put some rhododendrons in and Augustify it.
Yeah, I would welcome that. I would really would welcome that. That would be fantastic.
Your club career.
Yeah.
Glasgow Rangers, then Ipswich.
Yeah.
Big characters that you work with there in terms of managers and players, I'm
sure.
Yeah. The pedigree of those individuals, and you know, maybe Roy Keane could be a good example. Did that ever give you any issues in terms of their demands and expectations?
It gave us issues in the early days at Rangers, in as much as that the old pitch couldn't meet the expectations of what Graham Souness and Walter Smith wanted.
Yeah.
And the pitch changed in the 91-92 season, and for the better. And David Roxburgh, who was the head groundsman then, who still is the head groundsman there, he's done a fantastic job keeping that pitch where it is in the difficult times that the club have had since. You know, there's some well documented financial problems over the last 2 or 3 years. But Rangers had a debt then, because the club's aim back when I was at the club was to try and keep up with English clubs. hence the Terry Butchers and the Chris Woods and the Gary Stevens and the Trevor Stevens and the Mark Hateleys of this world, why they came up here, why the two Ukrainians, Mikhailichenko and Kuznetsov came over, Pete Hoostra from Holland came over, Brian Laudrup from Denmark. So very much an international group of players who all wanted to play on a near perfect surface.
Sure.
In Scotland the weather's not that generous to allow you to do that, and David still has his challenges with that, but the pitch construction is way above where it ever was there now, and as I say, credit to him for managing to do that in what is a very difficult part of the world to do that. Rains every second day in Glasgow. But they've managed it, and I think now they do meet that level of expectation, albeit it's in the wrong division.
Sure.
And the calibre of player isn't quite the same. When I came down south, Ipswich always had a reputation as a decent pitch, although it's 100% natural and it's still one of the oldest pitches in the upper divisions. Ben Connell, who succeeded me there, still has the challenge of keeping that old pitch going. It needs to be dug up. I've told the owner that. Okay. They still invite me to the director's box. They won't let me buy a ticket, which is lovely. You know, Ipswich is that kind of club, very much a family club, and it's East Anglia's club. It's the fans' club, and it was a huge privilege to go in there and look after that pitch and to win awards with it was amazing. You know, on the days that we were presented on the pitch there, the ovation that myself and my staff got, it made the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Okay. So really good, and gave us a profile, gave me the profile to build my career on the back of. So I owe Ipswich a lot, I really do.
Talk about awards there.
Yeah.
One of the questions I wanted to ask you is, the clubs you've worked at have enjoyed success on the pitch while you've been there.
Yeah.
You yourself and your teams that you've worked with at those clubs have enjoyed personal success in terms of awards and recognition in the industry. Out of the two, which is more satisfying?
I think ultimately seeing the players enjoy playing on the pitch and bringing the club trophies, winning titles, that has to be what you're there. Okay. The fact that I can do the bit for my profession and my personal aims and ambitions is good. I think the managers and players I've worked for some great guys, some of the top names in the game. They're all winners. They all want to be winners. They'll all talk to you about cultivating a winning mentality. I think as a professional groundsman, I'm no different to that. If there's an award for a pitch of the year, you know, or a training ground of the year, I want to win that award. And I think that's what helps us to set our goals and ambitions here at the park now. You know, I want to be continuously challenging myself and my team. I want to raise the bar. We're doing things with a number of companies in the industry, trialling equipment, trialling products, because we're looking for that near perfect programme. I don't think you'll ever achieve it, but you'll get pretty close to it. And that's really what we want to do. That's what drives me on. So if there's an award for me to win as a groundsman of the year, great, I want to go and win that. But equally, if a player wins the player of the year or the team win the championship, that's fantastic, because at the end of the day, nobody's bigger than the club. The club is everything, owned by the fans, probably the focal point of the area it's in. I mean, Rangers, as you know, are massive in Scotland, but across the world. Ipswich, with the pride of East Anglia, still are, you know, despite our neighbours up the road, maybe enjoying a wee bit more success than what Ipswich are. But you know, it's great to do that, and to walk around the town and people will stop you and come up and talk to you and congratulate and just want to talk about the pitch, or fans coming in from abroad to watch games and want to take 5 minutes of your time. That's fabulous. You know, that's really good.